You're hot.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is J. Cole, Cold World. The Rock is in the building, and you are now rocking out with Sports Rap Live, right here on Sports Talk 790 AM and iHeartRadio.
Not only is the Rock in the building, but the Rap Pack is in the building, ladies and gentlemen, here at Junction Bar and Grill. Shout out to K-Dub, one of Houston's hottest producers. He's in the building as well. We're going to tell you about that documentary he's got working on probably in about a week or two as we start to finalize that and get that ready to hit the streets and hit the your iPhones, your computer screens, your movie screens, and all that other. But right now, we got to get into the rap sheet, and it's brought to you by BC's Smoke Shop, where you guys can get $20 off a purchase of $100 or more if you have that coupon or mention the Rap Pack special at their 2 Houston area locations, 7909 Westheimer and FM 1960 at Jones Road, where you can find all those vintage ashtrays, rare glass pieces, exclusive artist renditions, and of course all the detox you need to have for a good, clean system. Kind of like the Heat did against the Knicks. They cleaned out their system. They got rid of everything that's been going on for the last couple years. Oh, boop, see ya. And we're looking at Rondo getting tossed from the game tonight.
Got rid of Shumpert from their system.
Yeah, they did. They did, as Amon Shumpert apparently tore his ACL, and he will be out for the remainder of the playoffs, meaning the return of
Jeremy Lin.
Linsanity.
Wow.
Why are you guys burying the lead?
Yeah.
Derrick Rose is gone. This is terrible.
You want to talk about that right off the top?
Yeah, you have to. This is the reigning MVP. He's the MVP until some other MVP is named.
Well, that's what I was going to open with.
He's out, man. It's
that's
terrible.
what I was going to open with. The Blue is off the road as the MVP point guard and leader of the Bulls is done for the year. Probably won't be back in the NBA until January 1st of next year as he recovers from a torn ACL late in the fourth quarter against Philly. And now, you know, there's a lot of Chicago sports writers and a lot of Chicago media people saying, why was he in there with 1 minute and 10 seconds left with a 12-point lead? It's the playoffs, baby.
Well, you also heard the explanation from the coach after the game was that he had been working up his minutes and trying to hadn't been working to a good burn. He said he wanted to give him that good burn at the end of the game and get him lathered to get him going. You have to be prepared for the next game in the playoffs. And listen, it's a freak injury. It's not something where it got too physical and he should have been pulled. You know, if it's a too physical game, hey, you got to pull your starters because something's going to happen. You got to pull your guys.
He did a typical Derrick Rose jump stop move in the lane.
Yeah, he did a jump stop move, and it's just unfortunate that he tweaked. I mean, it could have happened to. Who knows when it could have happened? It's just a freak injury. You know, it's unpredictable. It wasn't caused by someone else. He was. You know, it's just terrible.
Well, I'll throw this question to Kadoma, and then we'll bring it back to you, Andrew. How does this change not only Chicago's chances in the postseason, but the landscape of the entire Eastern Conference now?
I think it changes their chances, but I still say they have a chance. I mean, you got to give it up to Tom Thibodeau. He's been the Eastern Conference Coach of the Year, in my opinion. He's been dealing with this all season, and I don't see it slowing him down anytime soon. I think they're going to bounce to the second round, probably make it to the finals, and have to face a very tough team there. So
Miami?
That's what I'm predicting, but we'll see how they get through it. They've been getting through it all season.
That's very true, because they lost Derrick Rose for 28 games in a shortened season of 66 games.
How many lemons you got in that drink? Good God. Kadoma's drinking like a four lemon water.
Shout out to Junction Bar.
There you go. Well, hey, Kadoma, since you're at the table, we know that you're always here to talk sneakers. Let's talk about this. The highest paid signature athlete, Derrick Rose, is now out of the playoffs with a torn ACL. And while athletes usually take the brunt of spontaneous tweets, yesterday, Nike basketball LeBron 9 designer Jason Petrie decided to get on Twitter and express his feelings. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, he did. He said,
if D-Rose would have signed with Nike.
If D-Rose would have signed with Nike, he wouldn't have had the injury. You know, I tend to disagree with that, but that's not the first time a Nike employee has stated such. Last year, Kobe Bryant, took jabs at John Wall while he was injured, told him to buy Nikes.
Instead of Reebok Zigs.
And then
what is this, East Coast, West Coast?
I mean,
that's what it sounds like.
I think Kobe also made a statement about the Adidas Crazy Light when it first came out, the lightest basketball shoe on the market.
If you want to break your foot, wear
that bleep.
I know God's has that somewhere.
I just like to remind everyone that Kobe Bryant won 3 rings wearing that bleep.
He really did.
Adidas.
He really did. He had his afro on the back of that shoe. That's for.
I wouldn't be surprised if that guy from Nike gets fired though, because.
Well, no, he's one of the head designers. He actually designs LeBron's shoes. So.
Well, then he definitely should be fired. No. But seriously, you cannot say that to an athlete. You can't say that to an athlete. That's totally unprofessional. Why would a player want to sign with Nike knowing that this is how this player is going to treat other professionals?
You know why? Because he's designing shoes for the guy that basically single-handedly destroyed the New York Knicks yesterday as Miami looked possessed in their Game 1 destruction of the Knicks. And you know what? Hey, I got to ask you guys, are they going to have this intensity all the way through the finals this time?
The Knicks are bad. Let's just get right to it. The Knicks are bad. This thing is going to be over in 4. I mean, if you're any sort of an elite level team, you're going to rip those. The Knicks, what were they, like 5 for 25? I think their stars in the game. I think if you look at
LeBron outscored the Knicks starters yesterday.
Yeah, so that's just a bad Knicks team. That's all that is.
I don't think the Knicks are bad. I think the Knicks look.
No, they are.
I think the Knicks. Bad. I think the Knicks look just like their roster. They're a good team. They need improvement. They had a knee-jerk reaction during the middle of the season. They fired D'Antoni. It's hard to bounce back from firing the coach and make a run into the playoffs.
Well, hey, if Premium Pete's out there listening and he wants to call in and talk about his New York Knicks and if they will bounce back, where's Propane at? We need to call out Propane, too.
This thing is over in 4.
Call in 713.
Wow. This thing is over in 4. Why are you giving the Knicks any chance?
713-212-5790 if you want to get in.
They got beat by 23, and it was never competitive.
Oh, it was up to almost 40 points.
It was never competitive.
It was up to
and I was thinking that was going to be one of the marquee games this weekend. I was really looking forward.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I was.
Dude, the Heat play defense. The Knicks don't play any.
You're on that steel pulse, aren't you?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, well, let's talk about Indiana, who a lot of people thought could be a dark horse in the East as they moved up to the 3 spot in the playoffs, only to let one slip away against the depleted Magic.
You got to have veterans. This is why you got to have veterans on your team, because if you got a young collection of guys and don't have those veterans, you don't know how to win games late and make the plays late in the game. Whereas Orlando, they have a lot of guys that have been around the block at them. They might not be the best players without Dwight Howard, the best roster, but they have talented guys who know how to win games late, especially Jameer Nelson.
This team pretty much is the same team that went to the finals against the Lakers a few years ago, minus Dwight Howard.
That's a totally different team then.
Well, yeah, minus Dwight Howard. But
minus the best center in the NBA, my bad.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I mean, yeah, they're going to have some playoff experience on the roster, but I don't think that either Orlando or Indiana is any match for Miami.
I think this just lengthens out the timetable in which Indiana is going to win. I thought this series was going to go 7 either way. I actually thought it was going to go 6. I think it's going to go 7.
Go 7, yeah. Back and forth, yeah. All right, well, let's move to the West. OKC versus Dallas was another classic.
Oh, you want to skip over to Boston? They lost today.
So?
They lost Rondo today.
He got ejected. Yeah, he's facing possibly a suspension.
Oh, he's gonna face. You cannot touch a referee.
That was barely a bump.
Well, yeah, he did chest one. But I just want to touch on this series to say, Adam, that these two teams have played each other and gone 7 games twice before. So I will not be surprised if this series goes to at least 6 or 7. I'll be shocked if Boston loses. I actually think it's going to be Boston versus Miami in the Eastern Conference Finals, because I think Boston's going to skip right on over Chicago if they get past this round.
Yeah, I think so. I think this one will go 6 or 7, as expected. Boston will pull it out, and then Chicago's gonna have their hands full.
I don't give Chicago that much of a chance.
No, they'll get past Philly.
When they lost their emotional leader, they mentally, I think, it just shut it down.
Yeah,
it just hasn't shown yet.
Yeah, because they continue to wait for Derrick Rose to get back in the regular season, but now this is the playoffs.
Well, you know the cavalry's coming, but in this situation, nope, it's not coming back until January.
Until January 1st, at the earliest.
Man, I'm riding with Chicago.
Go ahead, you ride.
I'm not making any bets, though, but I'm riding with Chicago.
Okay.
He's a smart man. All right, well, let's look in the West. OKC versus Dallas. Like I said, another classic playoff opener, back and forth until MVP candidate Kevin Durant took matters into his own hands.
Scoring champ.
Yes, Kobe. You know what Kobe said? Kobe said, I could have scored 50 against the Spurs and become the scoring champ. You go ahead and have it, KD.
Hey, I bet he could have. Because you know that, if Pops would have been like, you know what?
Elitist. Do we have an elitist alert? Do we have some kind of elitist?
Is that like a humble brag or something? What the hell is that?
Pretty much, yeah. Because with 4 seconds to go, down 1, KD hits a big shot in the lane, one-handed runner, and That's what OKC
They
does.
got the right balance at the right time and went in. And it was kind of interesting because at the end of the game, Dallas didn't have any more timeouts, so they kind of just had to get a runner. And when it got the ball on the inbound, Marion just kind of didn't even realize how much time was left, and he just kind of flung it up there. It was not a very good set play at the very end of the game, not a very good execution. But, got to hand it to Kevin Durant. He's done that before to Dallas.
This
Twice.
season.
I think once earlier this season, maybe once before that. So.
Definitely. Well, hey, the Lakers play big. Speaking of Kobe, speaking of the Kobe systems, speaking of bets, the Lakers play big today as Andrew Bynum records an NBA playoff record, 10 blocks to go along with his triple-double, and Kobe just plays huge.
Denver's just not a good team. They don't have the dog. They don't have the front line to keep up.
You can't call. Wait, hang on. You cannot call out other teams for being good teams and not Orlando for being a good team and not saying Denver's a good team. They're a good team. They led the league in scoring this year in the NBA.
So what? How many Phoenix teams led the NBA in scoring?
They're playoffs, but they're a good team.
No, they're not. They have no front court. This is why they lost the game as bad as they did. It's because the Lakers can throw Bynum at you. Totally dominated. Bad matchup. They can throw Odom at you. They don't have a front line. If you don't have at least one big man, to anchor your team, I'm sorry, you're probably not a good team. This Denver team had a lot of potential early in the season, Adam, and they were really doing well. And they just hit the skid somewhere around the All-Star break, and they never recovered.
They really did. Hey, speaking of recovery, the LA Clippers better recover. They're down 43-28 right now.
I'm totally out on the Clippers, by the way. I'm picking Memphis to win this series.
Memphis could go deep.
Wow, I love Memphis.
Sleeper. If I've ever heard of a sleeper team in the NBA this year,
I love Zebo.
It is the Memphis Grizzlies who went
because he likes the other Gasol brother.
They went absolutely.
I might have Memphis in my Western Conference Finals. I like them that much.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Memphis, dude. That's a gritty team.
It is a gritty team. I mean, I was really impressed with them last season. It looks like that they're going to do it again. Hey, Clippers, they're a year or two away.
They really need to get some more mental toughness to this team because it seems like Blake Griffin got hacked so many times this season. No one came to his defense. They have no real offense to run at the end of a game or at the end of a shot clock. They kind of just give the ball to Chris Paul and hopefully he can create his own shot. I mean, they really don't have a go-to guy or go-to play for Blake Griffin.
Well, hey, it's Shout-Out Sunday. Shout-out to Maurice Bob, who couldn't make it tonight, but he's going to be here real soon.
And the Spurs won.
The Spurs did win. Spurs won. They handled their business, so props to them. Spurs, my pick to come out of the West this year. I think if they stay healthy, they're on a mission. After getting bounced last year as the number 1 seed, they cannot go 2 years and not make it to the Western Conference.
Who would they face in the second round? Do they do reseeding in the NBA?
No.
Okay, so they face Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis taking that.
Okay, there you go.
Again.
Andrew just called a shot right here.
Again.
Hey, another guy that calls his own shots and can call the shots for you in the courtroom is who?
Gary
Trichter. You hear that, Rapp Pack? They're in the building. Gary Trichter, Houston's top DWI lawyer. Because if you're going to drink, you got to make sure you got a non-drinking designated driver. I don't care if it's Thursday night, Sunday night, any night of the week. Make sure you guys take a cab or a limo because both cost a lot less than calling Gary Trichter. If you do decide to drink, then drive. Don't have any open containers in your car. Don't be riding around with a 40-ounce cracked open in your cup holder. I mean, come on now. That's just asking for it. Do not break the traffic laws. Follow them religiously, and do not give an officer a reason to stop you. If you do get stopped, do not answer any questions about drinking because the officer is not going to believe you anyhow. Be polite and ask for your lawyer before doing tests or answering any questions, and continue to be polite and asking for your lawyer even if the officer says you can't have one. Remember that you're likely going to be on video just like we are on our Sports Rap Live podcast, and it's going to be recorded. They're going to hear everything you say and everything you do as you're doing roadside gymnastics. Not to mention, it's going to put a pretty big damper on your pocket, and that's 6 months in jail, a $2,000 fine, a $3,000 surcharge on your license, court costs and fees in excess of $2,000, a doubling or tripling of your insurance costs. So save yourself the time, the money, and the headache, and put Gary Trichter's number into your cell phone right now. Guys, take your cell phones out, 713-524-1010. That's 713-524-1010, and call him in Houston, and visit TexasDWILaw.com for more information. But right now, the man that's bringing you all the heat for your feet from the street is our good friend Kadoma. How are you, sir?
What up, what up? I'm doing great, man. Just getting ready for this big event going down 3 months from today, the H-Town Sneaker Summit. Summer 2012 will be taking place July 29th at the Reliance Center.
That just happens to be 3 months from today.
That's right. That's what I
Wow.
said.
3 months. Andrew, you know how fast that time always goes. We're always like 3 months.
That's 1 quarter. That's a quarter.
And then we're there. And we're broadcasting
quarter.
live. I cannot wait for that.
Wow.
It's going to be awesome, as always.
So the clock is ticking right now.
It really is. It really is.
So
Wait a minute.
wow.
Yep. You already heard it.
Shout out DJ Oakliff in the building. He's been
Absolutely.
holding it down at the H-Town Sneaker Summit for quite a while now. But I got a lot of news to cover, so we're just going to dive right in. Been real NBA playoff heavy this week with the playoffs going down. But before we get into that, just want to mention that Nike continued their partnership with the NFL, having yet another special release of sneakers, the Draft Pack. And you can find that on sportsraplive.com right now.
I'm going to go to the website and check it out.
We have all the sneakers up there. But basically, each division in the conference was given their own silhouette. Some old school favorites and some brand new. The AFC South kind of got robbed, though. We got the Dunk IDs that you can make yourself on NikeID.com. But the other divisions have some very nice shoes. A little bit of everything. And Adam, I think you like your Chargers shoes a whole lot.
I really do. Now, those are the Bo Jacksons.
Yeah, those are the old school Bo Jackson Trainer SC. From the old school shoes, they have the Air Max 90, the Dunks, the Trainer SCs, and the newer models, they have the Free Trainer 5.0, the Free Haven 3.0, the Trainer 1.3 Max Breathe, and the Hirachi Free Shield. Like I said, all the shoes are on SportsRapLive.com.
Yo, these Redskins
right
ones are whack.
They are whack.
So you can check it. I think that was Oakla's favorite, by the way.
those are like lava. That's like, I don't know, man. That's like
RG3 won't be wearing those because
those Lions ones are pretty tight, though.
You like those?
Yeah, the Lions.
Hey, where can we
tight.
find these, Kadoma?
I believe they just came out today, and you can find those on NikeStore.com.
Yo, those Saints ones are slick.
You like those?
Those are nice. I like those Saints ones.
Will we be able to find any of these in the local retailers?
Doubtful.
Okay.
Doubtful.
All right.
So,
Well, hey, we're going to dive into what many sneakerheads consider somewhat of a holiday, and that is the NBA playoffs, Kadoma.
oh yeah,
So
man.
let's get right into it.
Christmas
We're just
is
talking
real,
NBA basketball.
Christmas is real big, Christmas Day games, All-Star game, and then you have the playoffs, which has been a holiday for sneakerheads like almost for the past 2 decades now. Michael Jordan's known for wearing specific shoes in the playoffs, which we just featured here a week or so ago. But this week we have something almost brand new, which is the Nike Basketball Elite Series of sneakers. And I want to shout out to our friend Adrian here from Active Athlete,
Yep,
who
absolutely.
just so happened to bring these by for us tonight.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, Adrian? How are you doing, sir?
How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good. Hey, we want to hear your voice, man. I know you're the voice
There
of
you
the
go.
people. Yes, there you are.
Thanks.
So what's been going on at the shop, man? I know you guys are gearing up for these big releases. These actually dropped today, right?
That actually dropped yesterday, Saturday.
Okay. All right. Now, how was the turnout?
Not too bad, but we did not sell out. The LeBron went first. We do have like 1 or 2 Kobe's left, and the Hyper Dunk, we got a few pairs left of those.
Okay.
So we'll just go down the line here and talk about each shoe. But what the Nike Basketball Elite Series attempts to do is kind of step up the game of today's basketball sneaker, just like the players are stepping up their game on the court right now. So when a Nike designer designs a shoe, they're confined by a lot of rules, be it what materials they can use. They're confined to a price point. But Nike really kind of took the shackles off the designers, Leo Chang and Jason Petrie, who happened to make the comment about D Rose
Right.
yesterday on Twitter, and kind of gave them.
Hey,
a free,
all I know is LeBron better not get an injury.
Oh, yeah, man.
that would be the first thing that they'd be looking for.
Nike gave them free reign to do whatever they wanted with today's top basketball sneaker, and they really stepped up the technology. You see the fly wire, the carbon fiber, the hyperfuse, everything featured in today's sneaker. But it's cut out a little bit more, a little more lightweight. Has a little more padding in there in certain areas, a little less in others. but we start out with the Hyper Dunk, which is really like a team shoe, and this is probably one of the
so light.
Yes, this is probably one of the most popular Nike basketball models to date. I believe this is what Blake Griffin and other players wear on the court. And
that thing, that's not street legal, man. That is not street legal.
It's kind of crazy. Hey, you know, they had a shoe last year that came out called the APL Catapult, which actually, you know, promised to increase your vertical, and it was banned from the NBA.
Yeah, see, I think that's whack. Bring that shoe back. That's what I need.
So let's see what happens with these. But I believe they've made a debut on the court this weekend.
I see some guys wearing these.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And then next we have the LeBron 9 Signature Elite. And it's, you know, it's the same thing as the LeBron 9, but you can tell there's a little bit of difference in there, a little bit of, you know, more technical aspect. Everything down to the laces, you can tell the finest materials have been used on these shoes to benefit the performance of the athlete. The Hyper Dunk here retails at $200, box price, by the way, and the LeBron 9 retails at $250.
This one right here?
Box price, yes.
Wow.
And they have a slew of these coming out. I believe they have a yellow taxi colorway. They have the infamous South Beach colorway. They may have one or two more. I'm not quite sure. But I think Adrian told me they're supposed to be getting most of them over there at Active Athlete.
And I see that 180 Air on there.
Yeah, we definitely are going to get most of the releases, if not all of them.
Awesome.
For the Elite Series.
Awesome.
So like he said, they're already pretty much sold out.
To buy that one, you need the black Amex.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. You need a black card to get those black shoes.
Like Adrian said, they're already pretty much sold out of this LeBron, so you can wait for the next LeBron 9 Elite release and go pick it up over there.
Awesome.
But the last shoe we have is the Kobe 7 Elite. You know, what can I say about these? It's the Kobe 7.
Oh, I know what you can say about those.
Yeah.
Size 10 and a half.
Yeah, this is size...
Right?
I believe
it's like a size 10.
Size 10, okay.
What size is this, Adrian?
That's a size 10.
Oh, there's a size 10 right here. As a matter
You want white ones or black ones, Andrew?
Oh, black.
Okay, all right.
Okay, well, we have the white one tonight. It's on the table. It's yours for the taking.
How convenient.
If you decide to take it home. It's the Nike Basketball Elite Kobe 7. You know, same thing as the Kobe 7, a little more
that's almost, hey, that's almost
more fly wire.
That's almost as clean as your car would have been if you would have won that bet.
Oh, that is rough, man.
I'm just saying, that's pretty clean shoe right there.
But, you know, we efforted to get the black ones on the show tonight. Adrian had the white ones over there at Active Athlete. I kind of like the white Elites a little bit more because you can tell, you can see just a little bit more detail in the white shoes, such as the gold fly wire on the side panel. The translucent outsole stands out a little bit more.
Yeah, the details stand out a lot more on the white pair than the black one.
Now, do you have, Adrian, do you guys have both the white and the black?
No, we only received the white.
Interesting.
Yeah, LeBron, we only got the black.
That's interesting. Okay. Now, we've seen a white pair of these on the court yesterday. The white Elites LeBron was wearing, he was rocking yesterday at home with the whiteout night in Miami.
All the Nike Basketball Elite Series debuted in a white or black colorway with gold accents reminiscent of the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Very true. Well, hey, Los Angeles natives, love them some Kobe Bryant. And the Nike Vault in LA is putting together a special Kobe 7 Elite Series pack with custom Elite socks to celebrate the Lakers once again entry into the postseason.
Yeah, those probably sold out. The Nike Vault's actually a store nearby Staples Arena where they had a special release for this Kobe shoe retailing at box price of $200. I believe
$224.
Well, this pair here is $200. Their special pack with the special gold box and custom Elite socks was $224.
$224. Okay, and that was set to release today, Sunday, April 29th.
These are going home with me.
Okay, they're growing on them.
I like these. The black ones,
yeah.
It's a little dark. It's a little too...
That's what I said. That's perfect. Summertime shine.
Summer's coming up, so that'll be perfect.
Wow.
You know, the Elite shoe, all other shows better watch the Throne. So,
good summer shoe.
You know,
That's
he's got to have the Elites on his
summer
feet.
shoe, Drew.
Well, just like we got to have Ralph G on real quick because my man is going heavy right now on the Nike IDs, and I want him to tell us a little bit about these before we go to break because Ralph G, as you guys know, is the Bad Rap King, and I think this is the Bad Rap King signature shoe. Is that correct?
That's just the Ralph G nose.
Okay, this is the Ralph G nose. The Bad Rap King is coming soon.
Bad Rap King's coming soon.
All right, well, tell us a little bit about your inspiration behind these.
Well, I just used two of my favorite colors. You know, I love the neon green. You can never go wrong with that. And red, I just love red. So I mean, just the two alone, you know, just sets it off.
It's like a big old Mexican candy. Kind of look like, can you find some Lucas in that thing?
Kind of looks like Iron Man.
Yeah, it does. Has
There's
that Iron Man
there's
look.
some Tamarindo in there.
Just in time for the Avengers, I guess. But so Ralph, these you actually went to Dallas and you designed at the Nike store.
Went to Dallas, made that. Shout out to Sam Colt.
Yes.
Heat Seekers crew. He always takes care of me in Dallas.
Awesome, man.
So,
awesome. Well, we appreciate you having those here on the table, of course.
For sure.
Now, Kadoma, what else we got going on? I'm going to ask you one quick question before we go to break. I know we're getting up on it. Let me ask you this, and we'll just go down the table. Ralph G, Bad Rap King. What do you think about guys currently in the NBA wearing other guys' sneakers that are still in the NBA? Like I saw Amari rocking the Kevin Durant's. What do you think about that? Just a couple seconds.
A lot of players rocking Kobe's.
Yeah, LeBrons. We had George Hill from the Indianapolis Pacers rocking the LeBrons. They could actually face Miami eventually. He's wearing LeBron's shoes.
Is it the best shoe out there to wear? Because if it's the best shoe for me to wear as a pro athlete, I'm going to wear it. Why would I want to wear something? You're telling me this is the best materials out there that's a shoe? Why would I not wear that?
Well, that's more of a team shoe. I mean, can you imagine if Tony Parker, obviously Tony Parker is going to wear something like that, but imagine if there's another guy that's defending Kobe wearing his shoes right now.
Man, I guarantee Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, they would have never wore each other's shoes.
Absolutely not.
Thank you. But
if you don't have your own shoe, does Amari have his own shoe?
Go for a team shoe, though. Go for it.
Amari does have his own shoe.
He should be
He's wearing KDs, though. He's
Yeah.
wearing KDs for the playoffs. That's ridiculous, man. I didn't get that. Well, hey, you guys know it's Shout Out Sundays. When we get back from this last break, we're going to shout out my man Daniel from Act Bad Magazine. He is in the building tonight.
Super shout out.
Absolutely. We're going to tell you a little bit about the brand new magazine hitting the streets of Houston and everybody else's shout outs here at the table. Ralph G, shout out to you. Thanks for bringing these IDs by, man.
Thank you, sir. Not a problem.
You guys go to NikeID.com if you want to do your own. Spizike sold out. You can't even do a Spizike anymore.
Not even in the store?
Because, I don't know, online,
In the
they
store.
completely sold out. All the materials are gone. So, all right, guys, make sure you go by Active Athlete to pick up your playoff sneakers and see them right here on the table.
On Cullen.
On Cullen, absolutely, right over there, man. That's the mothership store.
That's right.
The OG store.
All the best brands, all the best sneakers right over there at Active Athlete. So we got to go to break right now. When we come back, it is Shout Out Sunday. We're going to get my man Daniel on and a little bit more right here on Sports Rap Live.